and be this community. But I don't think he was really as hippy-dippy as some people prescribe, just because it was that era, of like communes and free love and whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I don't know. Also, he was a studied architect, so a lot of his ideas are about how to make walls, but not in the traditional, like, set up the wooden frame, lay the bricks. The walls are concrete, and a lot of them were poured in. They were in forms, or what am I trying to say? Molds. Yeah, and then moved about. So that site, have you ever been out there?
No, I've been through there. I've not, because it's on the way to like go. Yeah, north.
There's a turnoff at Mare. If you're on the I-17, you're headed towards Flagstaff. You you blaze right by Arcosanti.
Right,
but it's really interesting architecturally because it has like there's one giant open area that's like an asp, and that's for the festival. They create a stage under there, and then I don't know. It's not like a conventional house or apartment building where there's a lot of square edges. Everything kind of wraps around, and it's built into the side of a mountain, so there's steps. And in fact, there's a part of their development is down the hill, and they've got a pool down there.
That's cool.
Yeah, so the Form Fest activates this whole site, but unlike a festival like Coachella, I don't expect to see just like a lot of, Wiener Schnitzel food vendors and
sure.
I mean, Coachella, they do some things really well. Like I like the visual arts and the film programming, but Coachella is so massive.
Yeah.
I can't go anymore because it's too overwhelming. There's just too many people.
I think that would just drive me nuts.
So the cap at Arcosanti is 2,500, which is still pretty big.
That is big,
I'm a little intimidated by that. Also, we're going to be camping. Ooh, I'm not sure I like camping in close proximity to other campers.
Yeah.
And we're not going to have showers, but that's okay with me. I don't really mind not taking a shower. They have curated their whole like food program. So it is food trucks, but they hand selected a lot of good ones, I guess. I've never been, but I've known people that went the last 2 years and really enjoyed it. So.
That just sounds awful to me.
The whole experience.
I'm not a camper. I don't like
at this festival.
See, the thing is, I like the outdoors and I like visiting the outdoors. I really like hiking. I like being in the woods. I like, I like being on trails and that sort of thing. But overnight, I have a problem with. So
because bears might eat you?
Not so much as I think I must be borderline OCD or something because I really need
things
like a level of cleanliness. Yeah. And I feel completely like I'm freaking out internally the entire time if it's not too...
We used to say at church camp, God made dirt, so dirt don't hurt.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I've grown up in cities and suburbs my entire life, my family was not a camping family, so it was
getting some dirt on me once in a while, but yeah, you're right. You don't have the luxury of just going to wash your hands anytime you want to or feel like you need to.
I can't.
Yeah. I
can't do it.
But sometimes you have a nice little stream. We won't have one at Arcosanti. I don't really know what I'm going to do about cleaning up. I'm just going to be really hippie for the whole weekend. Yeah. But there's going to be cool bands. Florence and the Machine is playing.
Oh, yeah.
And Skrillex and Bonobo are DJing. And Florence and the Machine is having a conversation with one of the women from Pussy Riot.
Okay.
There's other panels and stuff. So I interviewed one of the founders, this guy, Zach, from the band 100 Waters.
I don't know.
And he was telling me that the way they set up the lineups, if you wanted to, you could see everything. Because that's another problem I have with festivals is that they'll have like the main stage and the side stage.
Yeah.
And you have to pick.
Yeah.
Well,
that was one of the things that I liked about Innings Fest, and there were probably about as many people there. I think they said something like about 2,500 people, and it was something around that.
Yeah.
And they had things sort of staggered, so they had 2 stages, but there was only like at most maybe like a 10-minute overlap between sets. So you could see most of one thing and then go off and see most of another thing.
Yeah.
And there was the way it was laid out, there was enough of a natural sound barrier where you would get to this place in the middle and not really hear either stage.
Oh,
so
that's
then
smart
by the
too.
time you got over to the other stage, you were not hearing any bleed over from the first one. So
because that's what would always happen at like Cricket Pavilion. Well, back in the days of Lollapalooza. I'm dating myself.
Well, I think I saw something there when it was still Blockbuster Desert Sky. So.
Oh, okay. Yes. That was like the original.
Right, yeah, Blockbuster. Which I think we're down to like one Blockbuster in the country.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it might be one Blockbuster left in the world because
in Australia.
I think the one in Australia closed.
Oh no!
I think they were down to just like 2 or 3, and I think
People
it was
still use
one.
Redbox all the time.
Yeah, well, the one that had held out for a long time, I think it was in Anchorage or something, and it was the one where John Oliver had like sent all the Russell Crowe memorabilia he'd purchased.
What? I had never heard about that caper.
So there was this whole last week tonight with John Oliver. He had like
Gladiator.
Russell Crowe had like auctioned off all of this memorabilia from his movies, and John Oliver's team bought a bunch of it, and then just like his leather jock strap from Cinderella Man and his all of this stuff, and then they shipped it off to this Blockbuster in Anchorage, and
to be on
just
display?
To have on display, as a way to drum up like people coming over and it was that, because then they did the follow-up stories saying, well, it wasn't enough to save it because now they're closing their doors. So
that's too bad. I'm amazed that Hard Rock Cafe stays in business.
Do they still have them?
Yeah. Well,
is there one still here?
Universal City.
Didn't they have one here in Phoenix for a while?
Yeah, they did.
And it's gone.
Oh, it's been gone for a long time.
Has it been? I never went.
Probably 2 decades.
I know there's one in Vegas. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you think people still like go out of their way to go to Hard Rock Cafe and look at Jimi Hendrix's guitar and
I don't know,
Kurt Cobain's guitar?
I don't know. I wouldn't. And I'm a huge music fan. I also wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame either.
I'd like to go there once.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I have my problem with I have problems with their selection process. So
okay, fair. But if it's as cool as the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, then I would definitely want to go there. I like museums, though.
I mean, well, I've been to the MIM a number of times, and I got to go through and tour that recently and see the whole electric guitar exhibit and everything. And I'm like,
MIM is so huge. How's the guitar show, though?
It was really cool.
Is it still up?
I think so. I think it's still up for a while. And I would like to, hopefully, I actually owe one of their marketing people
$500. Oh, just kidding.
I kind of know peripherally because he's friends with Chris Ayres, and we had started talking, and that's how I got hooked up with a tour. And then also how I ended up one of the reasons I got I got tickets to see Nels Cline, and this was actually before I knew I was going to interview him, so it was kind of cool. But they're interested in possibly working with me from a podcasting standpoint.
Wow,
maybe doing something. So
that would be cool.
Yeah, I need to
they get some good, interesting artists that come through.
They really do.
Yeah.
And he was getting married, and I knew that was like right around the time I was going to be out of the state for a while doing the book tour stuff and AWP, and so like right around now is when I was supposed to get back in touch with him and see what set up a meeting and all that.
There's your to-do list.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah. Do they have anybody interesting coming through soon that you can think of?
Off the top of my head.
What is Phoenix Film Collective doing this summer? Have you heard any cool things that they have lined up?
They're doing a showing at they're doing a documentary showing in partnership with that Desert Song Yoga Center for May.
Okay.
And that it's some something to do with meditation and Buddhism or something like that.
Interesting.
So yeah, there's that, and then there is in June they've got a showing of Midnight Cowboy at the Parsons Center.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
That's a good old one.
It's the 50th anniversary of that, and it's also the 50th anniversary of Stonewall. So
really?
They're doing that's kind of like the whole program surrounding that. So, but beyond June, I don't know what they've got going on.
I was just in a conversation with someone about how great Dustin Hoffman is. He is such a good actor.
Oh yeah, just period. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, here's the thing that gets kind of sad when you think about it. Lately, he just does those kind of funny / dumb family.
Well, what's the last thing that he did?
I mean, I can only think of
he did a Fockers thing.
Yeah, I was just going to say Meet the Fockers. And so De Niro, too.
Yeah, De Niro does a lot of that stuff.
To see guys like Dustin Hoffman and De Niro doing slight family comedies, and then they're the grandpa. But I guess it's the natural cycle, right?
I guess.
You get old and you become the grandpa.
I'm looking forward to the Joker movie that he's in.
Oh.
It's him and Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, that would be cool.
And I want to say, I think it's...
I use the word cool too much.
Is it Todd Haynes who's doing it?
Adjective.
Todd Haynes I get the two mixed up, Todd Haynes and Todd Phillips. They're very different directors, but one of them is doing it. So it's going to be kind of like one of the artier DC films.
Okay.
So
wow,
it should be interesting.
Isn't Avengers 2 coming out this weekend?
It does.
Oh man.
Well, and that's the thing. It comes out. I was gonna go with Jason Kyle and his wife.
I'm out of town this weekend. I need people
Friday.
to do no spoilers.
I've managed so far. I haven't even seen a trailer yet.
No.
I've managed to avoid everything. But I was going to go with them on Friday, and I'm recording at the Nash on Friday, so I can't.
Yeah, the lines will be really long.
I got to try to go somewhere this weekend and see it.
Oh, maybe I could get... Oh, that's a good idea. I'll try to get my friends in LA to go on Saturday night.
Yeah, that should be fun.
I'm not going to spoil anything. I just want to tell you that I saw a trailer and it looks really good.
Yeah, I'm looking.
And things are going to happen that I wasn't expecting at all. So cool.
And you're going to have to bring like a fidget spinner or something because it's over 3 hours long.
Oh no! You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to end up walking out because I can't sit.
So I'll tell you how it ends.
I did so much time in the car this past weekend.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's why my back is hurting. I think this chair is good, but my back hurts right now.
I'm telling you, that's
probably not your chair.
I've heard reports that it's a more comfortable chair than the green one.
Probably
the green
just that I was sitting in my seat, either the passenger or driver seat, for 5 hours a day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I know it took me a while to recover because I did that shot straight through. Well, it wasn't overnight, but I did that drive up through to San Francisco and then Oregon all the way back. So being in the car for...
That's too much.
Yeah, that was... and it took me a couple of days to physically recover from that. Being in the car that long is kind of rough.
I have a new American Airlines MasterCard. I'm just going to use it and fly everywhere from now on.
That's the thing.
Which is a bratty thing to say, I know, but...
The thing that's tough is that getting like anywhere at this point that I'm going out of state for something is going to be for a book thing, and to get product to it is going to be...
you have a lot of stuff in the trunk.
Kind of, yeah. So I think, and I don't have any firm like dates yet for it or anything like that, but in May will be... Do you want to switch chairs?
No, it's okay.
You sure? Okay.
Just gotta go home and sit in the hot tub, which is another bratty thing to say.
After we're done here, I'm gonna drink some more of my work friend's homemade limoncello, and then
that sounds nice.
Eat some almond cheese nachos.
Almond cheese.
Yeah.
Is that any good?
It's okay. It's not. As much as they
vegan?
try. No.
Oh, okay.
No, I've found that the older that this again
dairy
getting
stuff.
old, dairy stuff just doesn't sit well with me. So I try to cut out as much as possible, which sucks because I love cheese. It's always been one of my the bottom, like the base of my food group pyramid. So
I just had nachos at half